Welcome back to another video. It's y'all's favorite video of the week, Monday update videos, and I couldn't tell you what I have in store for this one. It has been a very long, draining weekend for anybody who has followed my last couple of videos. I've seen my shorts. For those who haven't caught it, I have been in New Orleans all weekend working, and I can't really go into too much detail on what I was involved in, but it was on the security side of that event. And I'm gonna tell you, Uncle Sam, the NFL really, a lot of it came. They really outdid themselves to make sure it was a safe event inside and outside. And I can tell you, I've never seen that much security in any event that I have ever been a part of. It was crazy. And we got through it with no really big issues or anything like that. So I guess it was a success. I think some Kansas City fans might not agree with that, but hey, I ain't gonna lie, I was pulling for the Eagles. Sometimes the cocky teams just need a little wake up call. Not that I really cared if the Eagles won or not, but hey, I like Saquon Barkley. Congratulations to him on that new record. And for those who don't watch NFL football, you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. But no matter where you live at, you know that it was the Super Bowl over the weekend. So it has just been I think I did 15 hours yesterday, close to 15 hours on Saturday. And it was I'm not as young as I used to be. How about that? So with that, back at work today, back to the old routine. But all I can say about really what I was involved in, it was quite ironic when some of the stuff that I have discussed over the past 2 years, that I got a phone call to assist with this, and I jumped at it. A lot of y'all know that my work's mainly based in communications now, RF type stuff like that. That was kind of already lined up. So when I was talking to somebody about being involved in that, they said they really needed me in this other field. So let's just say that there weren't too many UAVs flying around. It was a no-fly zone, federal FAA no-fly zone, and they were treated accordingly when they were detected. And it was cool to see some of the big players in that, as far as of that detection type stuff. What's officially out there by some of the commercial providers, some of the very big commercial providers, and some of the stuff that is not really out there commercial. And it was pretty cool to see that, get the veil lifted, as they would call it, and see that despite what some people think or what you hear about it and stuff like that, they have that industry locked down. It doesn't matter if those UAVs had their frequency changed or algorithm changed, they got detected. And not only did they get detected there, they knew what a person was doing this, and it wasn't good. So hey, when there's a no-fly zone, especially when the president's flying in. But I always say I don't want to throw no more shade. I'm done talking about that previous project, but not a lot of y'all. I have 27, almost 28,000 subscribers now, and I really didn't know. I really didn't want to talk about this, but I just have to, only because I got 2 different messages today about something. I might have looked like a fool, but to these people who are clearly who have been doing this for years in this industry, I asked them about a previous project that we used to be involved in. There are 2 or 3 different reiterations of that UAV detection type stuff, whether, whatever name they were using for drone detection. And none of them never heard of them before. But for somebody who's still out there selling NFTs, claiming to be that an NFT covers or represents one device that's out there, no. So anyway, like I said, I'm exhausted. It's been a very bad day for me. It seems like I've been getting all kinds of issues. Been trying to get some of my Geosigners hooked up and different things like that. And I knew it was going to be a pain trying to get 14 for me and 5 for my friends and 2 more for my family member and 2 more from another friend. But it's trying to figure out how I'm going to line that up. It is what it is. And I'm going to talk about that when we get to the Wingbits section. But there's a lot of stuff going on. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Let me quit rambling. So yeah, in between this, I also have the guys at Bit Harvest Studio. We're doing some testing with the new Geosigners with Wingbits also, and making sure that's all ready for everybody. And they're actually using their remote support. And some people were all paranoid about it. I love it because they can just take it over and they can just deal with it. And I ain't got to worry about doing those step-by-step stuff. I don't see the issue, but that's just me. So those guys on top of that, and I'll let them work while I do my work right here. So we talking about first the Bitcoin charts. I'm not going to go deep in the charts, just kind of seeing what the market's doing. And it's been up, down a little bit since our last video. Market was probably around about the 100,000. But really, since then, it's been sideways. And when I like to draw lines and make it pretend like I know what I'm talking about with like the TA and stuff like that, this is the pattern I get when I draw the little lines. You can hit all these points down here, all the way back since August, and I guess you would call it like a pricing consolidation. Something's got to happen when it comes here. It's going to break up, it's going to break down. Chances are it's not going to keep going sideways. Now that's Grumpy's TA, which is probably worth what you paid for it, which is 0. But you'd be surprised how many times I draw these for people at work when you want to ask me different things, and it kind of breaks out. It's just weird that it could break out even with lines going back this far. We'll see what happens. I could be wrong. If you truly want to hit, I've always been told you don't worry about these little random one lines that come down. If you have a bunch that could all line up like this, which it does, this is more the real line. But if you come here, then it's going to go. This is the 4-hour chart. It's going to go a day or two before it does something. I don't know. I keep saying some of this is off because of everything going on in the world, but there's always something going on in the world. But right now we've been sideways. So we are a little bit down since 7 days ago. Why do we, again, for those who are new, why do I like to look at that? Because it tells me that when I start looking at some of our projects and our projects are either down or up, going against the flow of Bitcoin, it makes me feel better or makes me a little more concerned when, you look at some of this price action. All right, so getting started on what y'all came here for, I'm going to say this again like I say every week. I try to keep these videos underneath an hour. Last week I ran it so much, it went well over. This week, I'm extremely tired, but I didn't want to have this video come out tomorrow because I have videos, which I say every week, I have videos for y'all or that I have planned for y'all. If just life can calm down enough for me to get it done, it'd be great. So we're going to talk about some of these projects. Again, I'm apologizing now. I am in a tired, even more cranky mood than I normally am. So I'm sure that, at some point, even though y'all know what this channel is called, y'all know what to expect from it as the Grumpy Dad Show, Grumpy Dad Channel, whatever you want to call it. At some point, I'm sure some of y'all are going to say, this dude is just way too negative about everything. Because I sit here and tell y'all what I think about these projects and even read some of the news about it. Some of it is, some of it is negative. But I even watch them after, like when I'm editing, or if I usually try to watch some of the video. I can't watch hour-long videos even when I make them. But I sit there and watch these videos and I'm like, man, I really am negative about everything. So I don't mean to be, at least we can laugh about it. But I just feel like sometimes you have to call it out. I'm watching my fellow YouTubers, especially like talk about like this first project we're about to talk about. I saw some Twitter post from it, a YouTube short or post or something also, where they're trying to say that they got this huge price explosion and this huge price increase. And this is the time to jump on it. get these devices and stuff like that. And I got kind of excited. I'm like, man, I've been working all week and I haven't seen anything. And I look at the price action and I'm wondering if I'm pulling up the wrong thing. Like, what are y'all talking about? Is it a slow weekend? Super Bowl's on, man. How's it a slow weekend? You know, go see what Travis Kelce's girlfriend's wearing or something. I don't know. But, you know, let's get to it. So starting off with our first project, we're going to have Chirp. Now, Chirp's price action, it was nothing really to go, oh my God, about. Well, you know, when you look at it, that post only came out like a day or two ago. Well, it was somewhere around here. And so you had this price jump. Yes. 5 cents up to 9 cents. So yes, it doubled. It doubled. Back down to 7 cents. For the whole week, it was up 15%. I still think Chirp needs to get on some better CEXs. While it is on KuCoin, I don't knock KuCoin. I've told you before, I think of them as like the number 2 or 3 CEX that's around, especially for international people. Can't use it here in the United States. Makes 0 sense, but it is what it is. Hopefully a lot of that changes soon. But, you know, you can see some of the volume going through it. It could be a little bit hard, though. You can't see volume because my head's blocking it. But as you can see, it's had some volume going through it. You look up here, 191,000. So, you know, y'all know that I am very, very, very big on Chirp. If y'all caught any of my shorts over the weekend, my Twitter post or anything like that, I ran the Chirp KAGE app constantly in New Orleans. I got crazy numbers. I started trying to take some videos of it. I don't know if I have enough video footage to do a whole video or anything like that on it. I can tell you that at one point I was getting like 9,000 and 12,000 captures, whatever you want to call it, 12,000 Bluetooths with 7,500 Wi-Fi's and 50 cellulars, which some cellulars is awesome. But if y'all not doing this KAGE app, it's a free app. You know, it's hard to try to like not make it so like I'm always peddling things to you. But you can see where I'm hitting it there. But, you know, like I was saying, is I don't want it to seem like I'm always trying to peddle things to you. But some of these, this is a free app. This ain't like, here's a code and buy it and I get some credit off of it. I have a code underneath in the description because it's not an easy code to remember. They get you 25,000 of them points to start off with. I think Chirp's going to be a good project. Not everybody can get a hold of miners. Like I put in my spreadsheet. As I put in my spreadsheet, about as PG as possible, the miner sales thing has been a complete show. It was kind of intriguing when they did it the first time, like, hey, we're going to sell this NFT. And because there was such a time difference between when somebody bought the NFT to when the device was ready to be shipped. So just like with Wingbits and stuff like that, they don't know how many devices to tell these manufacturers, hey, we're going to be selling these devices. We need you to get some ready, or this is an idea, or we don't have an idea of what they're going to sell. They sell the NFTs. Say if we sell 150 NFTs, then we know we need approximately 150 devices, 200 devices, 100, whatever. And that worked the first time. But now that people know that, because back then we didn't know if Chirp was a legit project. Chirp had been out for about 5 minutes. Discord was almost empty. And here comes this company wanting $800 for a device because they're going to redo everything with this network. And people like me were hesitant. We got burned by a lot of projects. Now they're still doing it like that. And the problem you have coming in is they've been spreading out all these NFTs throughout the week and they put them on sale for 8 or 9 a.m. my time. Well, scalpers are just buying them and then turning around and reselling them for $400 more, which makes no sense. Where if at least if you were selling the actual device, the scalpers would have to worry about getting the device in, then have to worry about shipping it and selling it. You probably would have a couple of less scalpers. Would you eliminate all of them? No. But when 90% of the NFTs that I'm watching are being bought by scalpers, you're hurting the project in long run, because people like me who want another device, I'm not spending $1,200, $1,300 on a scalp device. I barely had the $800 or $850 to out of a couple of different projects. I pulled some money, and I hated to do that, but I don't have $900 laying around. So I don't know. I think they're done with the minor sales. I don't know. When I looked earlier, they still had a bunch of NFTs for sale, and I hope none of y'all buy them. None of y'all should give in to these scalpers for what they're doing. Let them sit there and be stuck with this. But with SUI going down, and they're listing the price for a certain amount, the SUI keeps going down. I saw that the other day where at first they were trying to get $1,200 for whatever, how many SUI tokens it was. Well, the price of SUI was going down. Next thing you know, it was $900. And when you check the announcement section for Chirp, all they keep talking about is we have 30 more miners going on sale, 30 more miners going on sale. Or they on Twitter saying, hey, 30 miners are going on sale. Why are you advertising it? Because we all can't get them anyway. You're just letting the more trolls know about it. I don't know. It just, again, like I said, y'all know what kind of mood I'm in, and this just didn't help. But the KAGE app is free on Android phones. Download it and run it. You never know. There's different rankings. I'm going to tell you, I busted my butt all weekend with this thing. And let's see. Let me tell you exactly how much I went up because I took screen. So Friday, before I started heading down there, I was ranked 507. And as of right now, as we speak, we're ranked 328. Now that's on the global level. For the round, I don't know exactly when the round started or is ending, but for the round, I am 114. And on the FCKY, because I don't want to pronounce it the way I think it's going to be pronounced, I am 188, which I was 275 before we started. So again, I don't know how many exactly I got. I wish I would have counted somehow. And I took a lot of screenshots. I'm sure if I go sit there and add them up, but I bet I had, I don't know, I only want to guess 30, 40,000 of the Bluetooths, which again is only 40,000 of those points. But the amount of cell phone I got, because I was riding all through New Orleans, this section of New Orleans around the Superdome, French Quarter, Bourbon Street. I was hitting it hard. Can't really talk about too much of what I was doing while I was riding around. I don't know what I can release, what I can't release, or anything like that. It was cool. It was cool to be involved in it. Me, y'all know I'm an RF geek. You know, as I got older, my kind of enforcement days are a little bit behind me, and it was wild. It was wild. Saturday night, Sunday night, half the crowd wasn't happy because their team lost, but it was crazy. And it was cool. It was a fun time, like I said, to see kind of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes with this technology, talking to those people, and some of the stuff that they've been involved in. It was a cool deal. So that's Chirp. Again, if you download Chirp KAGE, download KAGE on the Android phone, use my code that's in the description. I don't even get anything on as far as money, I think, because we don't know what the rewards are going to be. So, I mean, I get some points. You're going to get 25,000 points, but we don't even know what the rewards are going to be yet. They keep asking over and over and over like a broken record. Hey, when's rewards coming for KAGE? They're still working on it. Once the KAGE rewards start, you will get them every 10 days after that, but we don't know when it's going to start. We don't know how or what the rewards are going to translate to, how many points, how many millions of credits you need or anything like that. I don't even know. I have 13.8 million data chips, whatever it is. We have no idea what that's going to translate to. But I'm still hot and heavy in it, and I'm still running it. So again, if y'all are interested in downloading Chirp KAGE, KAGE on your Android store, Android app, whatever you want to call it, and use my code that's right there, that 4E430177. Again, that's also in the description below, in case you missed this little part and you don't want to go, you don't want to have to go find it. But yes, use that code when you're signing up, and you will get 25,000 free data chips, and I get something out of it too. And come join in. Again, it's a free app. and it runs in the background. You can just run it and walk around. I will say, before anybody makes comments, it does suck some juice out that battery. It is constantly scanning for networks to count networks, constantly scanning Bluetooth, cellular, and stuff like that. It's going to use battery up. It's an active app. So I keep it plugged in when I'm in my vehicle constantly. And what I've told people when I park at the office, I work right off of a main state highway. Gets a lot of traffic in the mornings, a lot of traffic in the evenings when people coming back and forth to work and stuff, school. And I park now very close to my parking lot is close to the highway in one section of it. I park over there and I stick a battery extender, whatever you want to call it, battery pack to the phone to make it run longer. And I get some pretty good results with it. So y'all join and take a look at it. Moving on to GeoDNet, not much really you can say about it. They're just rocking and rolling, moving along. Price really hasn't moved that much. I'm not even going to go into it. It hasn't really moved in 7 days. So I'm still making about $8 a day, about 24 Geo a day. When you look at the announcement screen, they do discuss that there are some legit emails actually going out for anybody who thinks there might be scams or anything like that. And they do talk about that. They also talk about discount for dual band miners with 30-day RRR over 98%. If your miners maintain whatever, you can purchase a triple band upgrade card for $150, which is about 50% off when you look at this pricing. So check that out. They got some updates. I have a high fixed code, TheGrumpyDad, one word. Whether or not it's going to work on this, I don't know. But 10% off. You can check it out. And they talk about the GeoPulse manufacturing shipping update. Manufacturing vendor has returned to work after Chinese New Year. Is working to catch up with production. Expect to ship another batch of GeoPulse devices by the end of February. Another batch in mid-March. So I know we've had some of the GeoPulses that have shipped out because I've had people in my lives on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, but tell me they had a GeoPulse. They've already had some apps or quests or whatever you want to call it to get rewards, and they've been running them already. So I didn't buy one. Even though I'm a big GeoDNet fan, I just don't need the whole repeater thing of GPS and stuff like that. Another thing in my vehicle. And the fact that they didn't pay you all the time rewards only for certain quests. And when those quests are done, in a couple of weeks or whatever, you might not be getting no rewards for running at all. Some people didn't care, but just so I can be straightforward with y'all. But, GeoDNet is a project I'm very happy with, glad to be part of it. And if you're looking to get one, when you check out the code that's right here, it's kind of awkward. So GrumpyDad56, GrumpyDad56 is the code that you can use at highfix.ai to get Geo stuff. If you want to get just the regular Geo miner, you can get 10% off of that at highfix.ai, or if you want either Wingbits or GeoDNet combined devices, you can go ahead and find those there also. And if you use the code on one of the combined devices, you're saving $100. So check them out. Our next project is going to be Entropy right here. And for those who didn't see my live last Wednesday, I know I had teased about this last Monday in my update video, but last Wednesday I finally sat down after taking some deep breaths, and I did a shoot video, as they call it in the wrestling terms, for those who watch wrestling, where basically you're about as raw and honest as it is. The joke's over with, and it's a shoot video basically. And I did a shoot video on a lot of people that probably, if I would have aired it, I probably would have lost subscribers or not, because I called some people out. And people being selfish, people who join a test net and forget the keyword of test net, which is test. People who think, part of it was I gave some stats on helium, a little bit of backstory on helium has helium spoiled us, and different things like that. and how I'm concerned now for projects like Wingbits and some of these other ones, that no matter how successful they are, no matter how successful the project is itself, if to some people, because they've been early, they were a year early, year plus early, are they going to get Lambos? And if they don't get Lambos, is the project? And I'm going to talk a little bit about that when I get to Silencio. But Entropy is another project where I don't want to say what I want to do because I'm going to get in trouble. Somebody's going to report me to YouTube, or I'm going to lose my ads and stuff like that. But let's go on. So Entropy, since the last video, the price really hasn't moved that much, which is a lie. But when you look a snapshot of last Monday to this Monday, it's about the same thing. We added some liquidity to it because people like me and several others will buy it when it goes low, and it starts going up and get momentum. And then you got some selfish, you know what? I can't say it, that wants to go dump all their tokens, pocket $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. And then some of them have the nerve to call out the project or say different nasty things about the project when they just made a killing off of it, off of a free project that costs $6. Listen, and I've tried to sit down 2 or 3 times to remake that video, and I just don't have that same, like, I was in the moment. I was zoned in, keyed in, shooting from the hip, like I was just on fire. And even though that video was going to be probably about 30, 40 minutes, it was probably entertaining enough video. Not like this one where you want to skip through the chapters. Like, it was enough that you like, I can't wait to see what this dude's going to say next. He's lost it. But it was all facts. I was spitting facts. And it was part of that was some people can't handle facts. You have people that I can spit facts that this controller is red. And there was somebody who can say something negative, like, look at him talking about the red controller. It is red. And I was spitting facts about these projects and their numbers and different things that people were doing. And then want to sit there and knock the project in YouTube lives and then Twitter spaces and different things like that. And it's not just this project, it's several other projects. They have plans for this project. Look, I've had people contact me who are in this project, content behind the scenes, like, man, what are we gonna do? The price is going down. Well, the price is going down because everybody joined this project knowing about the second law. You join knowing the second law is there for a reason, so you don't go dump everything. This project has plans for Entropy A, for some other collaborations and stuff like that. They can't accomplish anything if you just keep taking all the freaking money, because you can't hold it. I haven't sold from mining, my mining aspect. I have not sold a dime out of it. One of my creds just straight burns every day. Straight burns. I don't even know what it's up to now. It's more than 18.7 million. I didn't even update it. I was so disgusted. Somebody this evening just go ahead and dump the majority of all their tokens. They've been mining it for a while. You've been mining it for how long now? Months and months and months. And you just had to go dump it all right now. Dump it all. And you've dumped so much that it will be Christmas of 2027 before you can sell again. What sense does that make? Like, were you so greedy? Yeah, I'm calling you greedy, whoever it was. So greedy that you just had to take that money right now. Like you cashed out, cashed out 20 million tokens as if you couldn't. Was it that you knew that the second law was going to get you so you didn't want to just sell 25% of it now and whatever like that? You're joining a project that you know they have bigger plans for. They're very popular on Discord and everywhere else. You see them raiding everything, and you're seeing people from other projects coming in. They talked about how many more people their Discord recently got, and their Twitter and all this stuff like that. So that part is gaining traction. And I don't want nobody to say, oh, Grumpy's worried about what the price is going to be. Look, I have enough Entropy that I could sell right now at this price. If I calculated all my tokens together, if I could put them all together, I have them spread out in different wallets, different miners, I have something like 55 million tokens, which is the price is actually, the price went down a significant amount when that person sold that many tokens, and it got all bought back up. I'm looking at the 15-minute chart. 15 minutes ago, bought back up. But I have 55 million, which would be worth about close to $3,000. So I'm not worried about. Don't say Grumpy's all worried about what's going to happen to this price. Again, I have $6 for each one of these tied up in this project. If I want to take profit, I can take profit, but I'm not, because it's long term. You join this project knowing about the second law, that they don't want you to sell in the beginning. They don't want you to sell. People get in these projects. This isn't just about this one project. This is part of what my video was the other day. You have people who, Silencio, I keep using that example because people got one test net drop and saw what the price of tokens, and they have deemed this a complete failure, and you haven't even got rewards yet. Maybe I'll be wrong, and I'll be the first one coming in and say wrong. I got a feeling when Silencio come March 1st releases these lottery tickets to play, and I'm going to talk about that way more in detail when we get to it. I got a feeling people will be eating their words, if not more. Again, I could be wrong, but I've got this feeling that it's going to. My point is, you have people, you get these measly little rewards at first or every day. And I'm watching, and people just have to sell now to make $2, $4, $6, $8. Why? Like, how else are you going to accumulate anything? Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. You could sell like IoT. I was selling my IoT every day for $7 to $8 every day. Putting it into Solana back when the Solana was $125. I was telling you about that. And you're right. Look at it, what it's worth now. But I'm willing to bet that if you're majority of these people who are just selling this quick, they're not doing that. None of this is ever financial advice. I'm not promising the future of anything, but you might have to just change. When you get into a project knowing that this is what their plans are, you screwed up for everybody. It's selfish. Now you get into some of these other projects that don't care, then do what you got to do with them. But that's just me, and that's my reign on that. So even with the selfish snakes that are selling every time the wind blows, purposely, selfishly killing the price, and then got nerve to go and say how all this negative stuff about entropy not going to make it, even though they're the ones sabotaging it, I'm still making $6 a day, which for majority of our projects right now is very good. So that's entropy. Moving on. WeatherXM, I got nothing on WeatherXM. No real announcements. The announcements, all they got, there was one day, 2 days ago, where they had some kind of issue giving out rewards. That's been resolved already. And that's about it as far as that. Price action has not been that bad at all. Up to 40 cents over the last 7 days. It's been up 28%. Who knows? Maybe this is the beginning of the alt run we've all been waiting for. Alt season. Bitcoin's going down. WeatherXM's going up 26%. Was that 31 cents at our last video? 40 cents now. Let's see. Let's hope the momentum can keep going with it. Moving on so we can catch up a little bit of time. Next is going to be our next ESP32 project, which is Junkcoin. I told y'all last week, you can see that I have not even changed the rankings yet, that I didn't really realize yet what we were making with that. I'm still kind of wrapping my head around this project. It's a disservice to them. I'm sorry. I apologize to them. I was supposed to really have a phone call with the guy who runs this to kind of get a rundown. Again, with the Superbowl stuff going on, I've been too busy with life lately. My daughter's starting softball soon. It's going to be crazy still. Junkcoin.lol is the website. I am currently making about $1 a day, which is not bad again for this, $1 a day. So in 6 days, this is paid off because this Junkcoin's running off one of these also. You can go to junkcoin.lol, find the link for the Discord, find the link for the Twitter. Just like the other projects, there's a little task you got to do to show that you're real, to show that you care enough to join the project. They'd like to see you also active in their Discord. Want you, don't just join and go away. They want to see you active, but they also have something where, you get your tokens, about 250,000 tokens a day drop to you. Sunday to Sunday, they do a kind of a power ranking type of thing where you can take some of your tokens that you claimed, add them to this pool. And for the more tokens you add to the pool, the higher your boost becomes. And they got people who are taking millions of their rewards a week and putting them in this boost pool, which then they're making even more than what they put into the boost pool. So it's a give and a take a little bit, but at the end of the week, you then lose those tokens or they get burned. But then you've made so much over the week. You see, there's like this give and a take. Like, I might give 4 million, but at the end of the week, if I made 6 million off of just that, well, I'm 2 million still in the whole in surplus. So it's something cool, something a little bit different. So I am, kind of just learning about that. But junkcoin.lol is their website. All right, moving on. We got NATIX. NATIX, I made 24,000 NATIX tokens, and that was riding around a lot. Again, I don't want to just keep repeating myself every week, but to me, it still only benefits ride share drivers. I drove back and forth to my hunting lease several times last month, 2.5, 3 hour trips, including the trips in between from where our camp is to where we actually go hunting at, going out to eat in the middle of like for lunch. And then even after, we'd go eat fried catfish somewhere or something like that. Hey, it's Mississippi with a bunch of guys. And that's a lot of driving. And the best rank, even running nitro, I was getting 260. Hey, it ends up being about 56 cents a day. That's a free project. It's not really passive income because every time you get in the car, you got to finagle with it. You can determine whether or not it's worth it for you. The problem is with such little rewards, because the worse ranking you get, you're not going to make 56 cents a day. And if you're only driving 30, 40 minutes back and forth to work, like this, one of the other projects we're going to talk about, is it really worth it? That's up to you. This is a project that I'm kind of disappointed in because I was very big on it several months back, doing videos on it. I made very good at the beginning when they were doing their airdrops and stuff like that, very well. And it kind of just petered out. And the price, the only thing really big going on with it is the price is down like 10%. It was at 0.0007 when we did our last video. It's at 0.0065, so it's not really that big of a drop. Moving on, Soarchain. Listen, I don't know how to even gauge Soarchain right now. Soarchain has issues, but again, I'm sounding like a broken record. I wish I had some new updates for you. And looking at the announcements, I don't see nothing's changed. You got people crying still about the battery not staying charged. Then you unplug the thing. And that's what I just told somebody. So I'm sure I'm going to get an ugly comment back because tonight's not the night for it. But if you're going to cry that the Soarchain is killing your battery, then unplug it. You reach underneath it to the OB2 port, you unplug it. And you plug it back in when you get in the morning. It's not like you're going to get rewards for being parked anymore anyway. This guy is wanting to do a class action for all these people that got their batteries killed and had to be replaced. I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm not a mechanic and I didn't stay at the Holiday Inn last night, but I know enough about cars. I worked at a certain auto parts store for many years growing up, that if you have a healthy battery that dies, a simple jump start, or maybe even a low charge on the charger, and then you alternate, it picks up the rest, and you're on with your day. If chances are, I'm not saying it's 100% of the time, but chances are, if your battery dies so bad that you have to replace it, there was already something wrong with your battery. And that's what I found. And listen, I know there's going to be somebody who comments on here, or a couple of comments that are going to call me wrong or say like their Soarchain died too, whatever. I understand. But for majority of what we've seen is some certain cars Maybe it's how active their OB2 port is, but I don't want to sit here and say what makes or models it was, because I don't exactly remember. It was some months back, but they had certain makes or models that said it had a chance of lowering the power of your battery. You unplug it. You know, they keep saying they want Soarchain to redo all the stuff inside and the firmware and all the stuff like that for batteries. So Soarchain says they're going to do it. My concern is then what else they're going to break. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it's not affecting a lot of y'all. I have not had an issue. I've run Soarchain in 3 different vehicles, 4 technically. One I got rid of, and left it in parked overnight and left it in the vehicle, and not a single one died the next morning. In fact, when I went on convention and I was going for a week, I had Soarchain and DIMO plugged in to the OB2 port splitter, and that truck started right up. When this 3-4 months ago was my pickup truck, and then several months back when I was at a week-long training, it was my work Suburban. So 2 different vehicles parked for a week with both them things running. So I don't know. To me, it's more vehicle specific than because if it was the device, everybody's car would be dying. And yeah, you see 3 or 4 people complain about it, but when you think about the amount of people that are running this device, it's not a widespread issue. Moving on to grass. Grass prices stayed about the same also since last week. There's no news at all because we just steady epoching until epoch 7 or 8 comes along, and you got the FUD starting to build up again. It's the same thing that happened last time. Same thing happens to these other projects. You don't get paid for a while, FUD starts. Or we're supposed to be getting paid soon and we never get paid, the FUD starts. Then when they finally get paid, the people who had their hopes way, way up get all upset. The people who had the FUD will find something else to FUD about, or they're happy and they just go away. But nothing really announcement section or anything about any of that. Moved on to Silencio. I'm going to still say I am hitting Silencio hard. Prices come down just a tad. It was at 0.0003. Now it's at 0.0027. So, okay, it came down a tad. I am currently, that ranking is not right at all. 595. I'm going to tell y'all, I am hitting this project hard. The whole weekend I was down there, I must have scanned. I'm telling you right now, if I didn't scan 50 plus venues as first times, I didn't scan any. That's 100, about 120 before the bonus. I had some 1Xs, 1.1s, 1.5s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. And I barely went up any ranking. Do not listen to these people who are telling you they're not running this no more. If I am running this nonstop in 30-minute clips, covering new hexes as I walk around the French Quarter or around New Orleans this weekend for this Super Bowl stuff, or last week, and I can't catch up in ranking, there's still people running the hell out this project. Let me do all my little logos so nobody gets their feelings hurt and nobody calls me out, since I'm calling out some people in one of these Discords. I'm sure that 1 or 2 little trolls are going to come by. With Silencio, I'm going to hit it hard until March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, whenever it is that first lottery ticket thing takes effect. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if it's fully automated or what's going to happen to it. But for those who haven't been following along, right now you're making Silencio tokens in your wallet. And those Silencio tokens will be equivalent at some point to raffle tickets. This is what it looks like. And you can click on here to see how many raffle tickets you got. And because I have a OG bonus, I get some. But also just strictly from this round of what I've hit it, I'm going to have 106,000 raffle tickets as of right now. Now, you still have 17 days for this round. 17 days. So you have time to join Silencio. It's free. Use my code. It's way over there. And I don't know if this is going to be all, I might not even need this scrolling thing on there, because I don't know if this is going to be automatic, but basically for every Silencio token you have, you get a raffle ticket. You have one Silencio token, you have one. So if I have 358,934 Silencio tokens right now, I'm getting 358,934 raffle tickets. And every raffle ticket, unless I'm wrong, but from everything I've read and people have talked about, every raffle ticket is worth at least one Silencio token. So at the worst for worst, you're getting one token for every, for every raffle ticket, one for one. This is the Silencio price right now. And I'm not even concerned about this. I want you to go down here to this Silencio converter. If, again, I can be wrong. I'm letting you know I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that you're going to get at least one token per Silencio raffle ticket. If today was the last day, and we still have 17 days left. We haven't been doing this, I don't think, 17 days yet. We started this right at the end of January, rolling into January. So let's just say I have this for 14, 15 days. I've already made $94 at today's price. Now, the thing about this is, because I'm Diamond League, my tickets will be worth anywhere between 1 to 1 million tokens. So you got to figure, out of 358,000 raffle tickets, you're going to have some that's going to be worth 2 tokens, 5 tokens, 10 tokens, 100 tokens, 1,000 tokens. What about 100,000? It's crazy. And people are knocking this project. So again, what I'm trying to get at with this project is that I'm planning on hitting Silencio hardcore until March 1st, whatever it is that the raffle tickets happen. This is not financial advice. I'm going to say it again. I have no idea how this is going to work out. Because somebody's going to say, I had 700 SLC and I only got 700 tokens and it ain't worth nothing. This project sucks and blah, blah, blah. Mileage will vary. Results will vary. But if I'm correct, if you hit this hard and you keep that streak going every day, that streak is a multiplier. Every day you make sure you hit your streak and you hit some of them challenges that they have. Because I just hit another challenge for 50,000 hexes. I got 25,000 tokens for that. If you join using my code, you get another bonus. So, and it helps me out a little bit. So you have a chance to make something with this project. And the fact that people are knocking this project as because the price is at 0.0026. Now, don't get me wrong. They do have a point, because when you look at what this circulating supply is, even this maximum circulating supply, this price is low for this circulating supply. It's ranked 3,000. There's a lot of room for it to grow. Can you imagine if this ate 1-0? This eats 1-0. You're doing pretty good. But the question comes in also is, let's be honest, where's the buying pressure? There is none. There's no buying pressure. It's down 76% 1 month. I can see why people are complaining about this. In Silencio, from what I understand, is not even worried about this at this point. And I've always said, when your project is in the crypto game, you got to worry about crypto stuff. But it's early, and we'll see. Just like I said, we can't complain yet about, these things. You got to give it a chance. Let's give it a chance, and let's all be, we'll be honest. So I guess one day I got to really reach out to Silencio and find out if that's how it's going to work. Is every ticket worth at least 1? If they say yes, look, I'm hyped. People can say what they want. I'm hyped. Honeygain, I still don't know what's really going on with Honeygain. I'm running it on all my devices. I see my Honeygain going up. That gets translated over the jump token, something like that. I know I got $20 or $30 worth in 2 months or something like that. Hey, this is what it is. I'm running Honeygain along with grass. I probably need to just start putting Honeygain and grass together. because yeah, the income's not going to be the same. But just so people know, if you're running grass already, you can run Honeygain. And the fact that only 3 people have joined it, y'all are lazy. I'm just being, maybe it's just me being rude tonight, but I'm just telling you, y'all are lazy. Because anything you're running, I got people contacting me all the time about all these different projects that can go on your phone and your computer and your router and all this stuff like that to get this, sell your extra data, sell your extra speed, all this stuff y'all want to do. And nobody's joining Honeygain when it runs side by side, basically with grass. Anything you're running, if you're running grass already, there's no reason not to run Honeygain, especially on a bit harvest device. Dealing with bit harvest right now, them setting up, we're testing out these new Geosigners Wingbits stuff. It's strictly a pull tab on your on your Wingbits. Hey, install grass, and you wait and then now install Honeygain. It's done. And now you make an income in both of them. Check out Honeygain. Check out my link below, or the code I got below that also gives you a bonus to start off. And look, I make very so little on that project on referrals, but I'm besides myself that I have, 30 or 40 people that have used my referral in grass, but then they ain't running Honeygain. When it's just added lanyap, as we call it. Moving on, Helium IOT. Price of helium is going up just a little bit. Helium is helium. Let's just skip it. It was at 350, 360 last week. It's at 396. I didn't even update. I got 17 devices running. Actually, I came across a station just today, that I was doing some testing with, and I put it on the side months ago. And it's a Sense Capital radio in it. So I'll probably redeploy that out at some point, and it might make 18, but I just burnt up one. So I don't know. It all evens out. DIMO. Y'all are probably so sick of hearing me about DIMO. Hey, the positive on DIMO is it didn't go down that much. For a week, it was at 0.094. Now it's at 0.093. That's a positive for DIMO. Because when you're looking for the month, down 40%. So DIMO's another one. I don't know much about the tokenomics or whatever, but people are just telling me there's no buying pressure. I think part of it is just what people used to make. My biggest point that I know y'all sick of hearing me talk about it was, even though I was ROI'd for a little while, is I'm no longer ROI'd on 3 devices that I bought 13 months ago, end of December, got them in January. Right now you're making this is just starting out. If you're just starting out with a brand new macro on the first level, first 4, 5 weeks, whatever it is, you're making 14 cents a day. If you're up to leveled max rewards, level 4, you're making 21 cents a day. This is less than helium. Now I have people who love to defend this project. People love to defend all these projects. Hey, I defend some of these other projects myself. Yes, I understand the Macaron is one of the less income, whatever you want to call it, revenue generating devices. But it also doesn't have the recurring fees. So let's all be honest. You go buy the DIMO LTE one, this new one that everybody's talking about. Yes, it gives you a little bit more rewards, but at some point in the future, you have to start paying for the cellular connection of that device. It's not included. Where the Macaron uses my helium devices, which all around this little area where I live at, all these are my helium devices. There's not a lot of data, but I'm running 3 of these things, and I'm getting some helium out of it. But that's DIMO. Everybody's hoping the price goes back up. I just can't see it going back to where it was at one point when people making great money with this. That's just me. As usual, some projects I'm just very, very late on. I don't know. Let's go with ERWIN. I need to take a deep breath on this one. ERWIN had some issues a while back that you couldn't charge your devices. But if you remember last week I made 0 on this in a week. And this week I've made a 0. Now, I'm repeating myself. You can almost go back and watch the video from last week. I'm going to say the same thing again this week. You have to go every 3 days into Discord and charge your device. You can't go in 2 days. And I don't know exactly how many hours early you can go. You can go a few hours earlier, but you can't go every 2.5 days. So Friday, I know I'm going to be in the Superdome or in the New Orleans area all day Saturday, all day Sunday on my feet. I'm not playing with Discord. So Friday, I tried to charge my device. It says you're too early. You got a charge going already. You're charged. Nobody had opened boxes since last Monday's video to Friday. Nobody opened boxes. Every box was burned because the more people that sell, the more chances are that the box is burned. Well, what comes up as usual, late Saturday, early Sunday, all of a sudden, you've had one box open all week. One box a day, one box a day. Then all of a sudden, come Saturday, Sunday, you just got all these boxes that open. Look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist because I've always said some people have more time. I mean, don't have the time to deal with all that. But is it that on the weekend people are too busy to keep their devices charged? When I went earlier today and I saw that I had 0 tokens again, then I went and looked at the dashboard. And this is the dashboard from ERWIN. So you can see where we did our video last week on the 3rd. So the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 5th. On the 6th, you didn't even have a box that opened. On the 7th, you had 2 boxes that were open, but all these were burnt. Monday to Friday, you had no boxes open. Then Saturday or Friday afternoon, late Friday, you had a huge box. So my thing is, Friday, I tried charging my device and said it wasn't, didn't need a charge. But yet, oh, here it is. It was opened on Saturday. Let me tell you something. If I find out that, I'm gonna have to ask them if they can figure that out. If they can look at my device and see if Friday I tried to charge it and it said, sorry, it's full, or it's doesn't need a charge. And Saturday, I'm out of a charge already overnight or whatever, and I miss out on this and all this, and then come today, guess what happens today? Now we burnt the box again after I charged. So in 2 weeks, I haven't made a dime with ERWIN. There you go. That's your report on it. You know, they've said more than once they were possibly getting away from the 3-day deal. Bit Harvest threw around the idea of possibly an email telling people, hey, your device is not charged. At one time, they also said, ERWIN said that if you bought the NFT, they were looking at, take the Silencio stuff off because I don't want them even affiliated with this project. But they told about if you buy the NFT, you possibly wouldn't have to do charging anymore. I don't know whatever happened with that either. So just when you think I couldn't get any more confused with an ESP32 project, enters the room useless brick. I don't know what's going on with this project. This is a project that since day one that I've joined, for a while I didn't even talk about them. If you don't claim within 7 days, you start burning everything. But when you claim in 7 days, you have to burn to claim again. So you're burning no matter what. Then there's some kind of zero trust thing. So right now I have 1 million in my part to be claimed. I can't claim it, so I'm burning it. But I have 1 million or something in my zero trust thing. Look, when stuff gets, look, I understand they don't want to be these projects don't want to be the same old. They want to put a little bit of a twist to it. But at some point, maybe y'all youngsters can figure this stuff out. This old man likes, you know, and I'm in my 40s. I joke around with my old man, but I don't need this being a puzzle. You know, I know you don't do much. You plug the thing in. I got a 5-port USB hub, powered hub, and with little 6-inch USB connectors coming out of them that plug into 5 or 6 of these. I know it's not that difficult. There's not that much for me to do, but still, I don't need to be in brain surgery either. So, but hey, and I don't even know if Useless Brick is on, because they're telling me, people tell me it's on mainnet and it's got a token, but yet when you go, it still says it's going to DevNet wallet. So I don't know if I need to make a unknown space here, but I can tell the kind of mood I'm in. Wingbits, Geosigners are here. I'm still waiting for 14, 12, 11, something like that. I ran out of fingers of Geosigners because, of course, mine, as luck, my luck would have it, is still hung up somewhere in customs. It got sent back to the manufacturer. They put new shipping. It was flagged for having battery in it, which it didn't have a battery in it. It then got sent back, and now it's stuck again in customs. It's been there since last Thursday. Luckily, I have so many of these other devices that I'm putting together for friends and family and stuff like that. And some of theirs are easier to get to than the other ones, that I have started taking some of theirs and putting them out and seeing the difference in the Geosigner. For right now, you know, one time Wingbits was talked about pushing those client updates out due to some of the issues they've seen with a couple of different of the BYOD stations. They have postponed, rolled back a little bit of that update, but I did a video on it. There's a script that you can do yourself. You can update the device first. It's extremely easy. It probably takes longer to SSH into the thing than it does to run the script. I know people make it seem like this is rocket science surgery, but it's not. As long as you can SSH into your device, which if you have your own BYOD device, you should be knowing how to SSH into it. So you go to the Wingbits and announcements. They have a link to the FAQ page by Geosigners. There's a script right there. You copy the script, you sign into your SSH your device, you paste the script, you sit there and let it run. It takes about 5-10 minutes. Then you go plug your Geosigner in, you wait about another 5 or 10 minutes, and then you run status Wingbits or Wingbits status. It shows you if you Geosign. Then they got some FAQs underneath if you need to troubleshoot it. Period. Done. I'm doing it on all my devices. I also have a video that I'm thinking about making another video, just taking that one and cutting it in half because I talk too much. I know you'll find it hard to believe, but I talk too much in the beginning of it. Just kind of giving some people a brief history for those who might be new and stumble across my my video new. But I'm thinking about taking a shorter, just taking that same video, since I've kind of learned how to do that with YouTube, and just take that excerpt out of just, this is how you do it. And you can do it yourself. Or you can continue to wait for the update. I did mine myself. Never had a problem with any of them. I think out of about 24, 25, 26, 27 devices I managed between mine, my friends, and everybody else, I probably did 5 or 6 so far. Tonight we're doing the one for Wingbits. For BitHarvest. I know some of y'all with BitHarvest. I'm not familiar with Crank. Crank's another third-party project that y'all can use to multi-mon, Grass, and all these other projects with also Wingbits. And I understand that they're working on it also. I can't report on what status they are, but I know people have been talking about it in the Discord. So I know they're working on it. So you can go check their Discord for Crank and see where they're at with the Geosigners also. But there's been no updates as far as your main devices rolling out. We know that they found an issue with them. They fixed that issue. I know people are knocking it. Again, this is that whole mindset of people in projects. I know people are kind of antsy because we know what happened with Helium. People just keep saying the same thing about, yeah, I'm still waiting on my Helium device. This isn't Helium. HiFix only think made Helium devices. They found an issue. They fixed the issue. And they're even upgrading the LNA to a better, more expensive LNA in the inside, which they did not have to do at HiFix expenses, which is going to give you a better resulting device. And people are still ain't worried about it because they're so antsy. I thought you said January. Well, we said, and they'll answer back Q1. And then now you got websites that if you buy them today, they won't ship out to April. So people are taking that as these devices won't ship out to April, and they're losing their mind. Another thing that hurt them was the Chinese holiday. Everything's ramped back up. Things are moving. I'm hoping to see him. I'm hoping, this is my own two cents, I'm hoping to see him the end of February. Probably be closer to March. Maybe if I hoped for March, they come in February. We'll see. But check out Wingbits if you want to know more about them. All right, moving on to 375 AI. You know, I sit here and talk negative about anybody who spreads FUD, but I'll FUD it real quick. There has not been an update on this since last year. New Year's Eve last year was the last thing that was posted in the announcements. You're in a testnet project. You know, you got all these people coming in. They're constantly biting at the bit, as they say, for updates. Tell us something. Just tell us something. Hey, guys, we're still here. Just came back from lunch, had a good pizza. No pineapples on it, as Robin from Wingbits would want. Just tell us something. There hasn't been no talk. No talk. People starting to FUD now because there was a testnet drop for Epoch, whatever number we're on now, and people are now, just like Silencio, people are hallucinating or going crazy, hyperventilating because rewards have dropped that they could be worth on. These are testnet rewards. You have no idea what that's going to be equivalent to in the 375 AI token. No idea. You have no idea what that token's going to be worth. And they're freaking complaining about a testnet Epoch reward. It's freaking ridiculous, man. It's freaking ridiculous. I ran 375 AI all over New Orleans this weekend. All over New Orleans. I gotta see how many. I have no idea how many. 375 Go is the name of the app. I am up to 19 days. This thing's supposed to run in the background. And apparently at some point it crashed. I had no idea. And I went to check it one day and it had signed me out. And I lost my streak. I mapped back up to ranks, 19 of a 10-day streak. And I have 79,000 hexes. But I know at some point those hexes start to roll off. So all these hexes that I made back maybe in November or January from hunting season, I'm worried about at some point they're going to start November, December, January. Can't forget about a month there. They're going to start kind of rolling off on these 3-hour-long trips I had. So I don't know exactly how that works, but I'm still running this every day. It's a free app. Also, again, I have a code that's going to be down in the description below on how you can get in. I think you still have a little bit bonus, but normally there is a waiting period to get into this project. But by using my code, you will be able to bypass said waiting period. And it's usually finished off with Bit Harvest. Like I said, those guys right now, probably not right now because we've been doing this video for almost 2 hours, working on everything. They're pushing some updates. I know they got some new projects coming out. We don't know what they are yet, but they told us that they got a bunch of new updates coming out, new stuff. There is an announcement for those of y'all with Geosigners. If you're in Bit Harvest, please make sure that you check the announcements page. There's a little glitch that happened with the dashboard, but everything was still mining behind the scenes. That should be an update that's pushed out. Probably pushed out already because this was yesterday that this happened. So all my dashboards and all my devices are working fine. They also do discuss the Geosigners, that the next GA general release for the firmware will have the firmware for the Geosigner. And they had some issues with Grass and ERWIN, which you aren't making that with ERWIN anyway. So check out the announcement page if you want to go into that. Wrapping it up, I'm not going to take long because I'm exhausted. I still have to edit this whole video and I want to get it out tonight before midnight. Even though that doesn't do the best for the views, me releasing this at 9 a.m. the next day usually does better, but it's still kind of wonky to release a Monday update video on Tuesday morning. Shows you I'm not just all about the views. Plus, I want to do another video for tomorrow on some other stuff, and I don't want to put out 2 videos technically tomorrow. Continuing to put shorts out, just trying to remind people about some of these projects. I know the shorts go to kind of a different audience, the way the algorithm works and stuff like that. So y'all bear with me when y'all see me putting shorts out, or like yesterday putting 2 shorts out a day. That's me just trying to play with the algorithm, and again, when y'all see that, if y'all support me, just hit the like button for me, please. That helps build the channel up more than anything else. That and the subs, of course. But y'all doing a good job with that, and I appreciate it. I still say, crypto market's kind of wonky right now. what's going to happen to Bitcoin after that consolidation we're seeing, depending on who you listen to. It's crazy. They don't know. I know that they keep getting shorts, keep getting wrecked. If you're going to play with that kind of stuff, you play with stop losses and stuff like that. Alt season, I'm watching videos. I'm trying to do as much research I can. I got this many people that I can hold in my hand saying that there's not going to be this huge, crazy alt season this year because everything's going to be in Bitcoin because of the president and the ETFs and stuff like that. And then this amount of, I can hold the same amount of people who are saying this altcoin season is going to be off the charts because there's so many new alt seasons and new money coming in. So no matter who you listen to, you don't know. You get ready for it. I just keep saying we're stacking as many projects up as you can. I don't have the capital to keep, DCAing in all the tokens I'd like to buy or for the amounts I do. My money is tied up in a lot of these projects. And you just keep stacking and stacking. And that's what I'm doing. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's it. I'm not going to keep rambling on. Hopefully this video is under an hour this time, but I doubt it. And we'll see y'all in the next video.